early afternoon. How about that? How about that for buzzing in right on time? Whew. I'm Andy Andrews. I'm your host today for the Blue Plate Special. No food, just lunchtime, conversation, laughter. Man, I've been running all morning. Glad to have you guys in the studio audience and glad to have you guys at home. It is Tuesday, so we're broadcasting everywhere on Tuesday. And today's broadcast, Marcy Taylor, who is in Richland, Washington, sunny and cool, 68 degrees. It is hot as a dog here. I mean, at 7 o'clock, it was 80 degrees. Hey, Shanda Danner, how are you doing? 80 degrees at 7 o'clock. I think it's like 130 out there right now. Is it about 130? It seems like about 130. Opal Gonzalez, are you really 95 in Florida? Wow. Congratulations. Happy birthday if it's your birthday, if that's why you're telling me you're 95. Jacob Ward, how are you doing? People all over the country tuning in, some even out of the country, El Salvador, and where else? The Pentagon has a group that watches this show at lunchtime on on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Jacob Ward, how you doing? Seen in a couple of weeks. Scheffler, good to see you. You know, today I want to talk stats. How you doing, Kayla? I want to talk stats because are you guys in the studio audience? Are y'all at all baseball fans, softball fans? Mets, you are? Okay. Well, I got something for you today. Now, I've got a couple of short videos that in the studio you're not going to be able to see because we didn't have time to do. What is it that you do? Render.
Well, render. I didn't have enough time to render the videos so that they could play back in the studio.
We'll play them over the air, and then when we get through, we're going to play them out there for y'all. Okay? So there's only a few short videos, but the big news in Orange Beach, Alabama, and this is what today's Blue Plate is about. The big news is the Orange Beach Lady Makos won their 5th straight state championship. Now, I've just gathered some stats for this because, you know, when you hear somebody, you know, it's got a state championship, I don't know what you think. I guess that's pretty good. Now, last year, you see up on my wall, my Mako's jersey signed by the national championship team. It is amazing to see how many. Matt, roll on down there and start. There are 15,454 high school varsity fast pitch softball teams in America. 15,000. And little Orange Beach, Alabama won the national championship last year, and they're going to win it again this year. There's and 5 straight state championships. But I got to tell you how this happens. There are some final stats that I want you to know that I put together, got with Coach Alexander, and put this together. So these girls, this girls softball team, I mean, I have more fun going to their games than going to a college football game. I'm just telling you, it is unbelievable. So here's the 2025 Orange Beach Lady Makos team. The season has ended. And you got to understand, this is a town with 6,000 people. This is a 4A team. You know, they designate high schools so that athletically they can kind of compete with their own kind, so to speak. And so a 4A school, it goes all the way up to 7A, which is the unlimited, the monster schools like Hoover and Central and Phoenix City and Fairhope and Daphne. These are these monster schools. But a 4A school is considered a small to medium school. And of course, it's a small to medium town. There's 5,000 or 6,000 people in Orange Beach. And there's less than 100 seniors at Orange Beach High School. And yet this team led the nation in runs scored. 15,000 teams, they led the nation in runs scored. They scored 512 runs. And with 46 games, that averages out to 11 something runs a game. Defensively, so they scored 512. Defensively, they only allowed 52. And the national average of runs being scored is 142. So we scored 512. National average is 142. And we only allowed 56. Of these 46 games, they won 26 by shutout. And they run ruled 32 of those 46 opponents. The run rule is if a team is 10 runs ahead by the fourth inning, they call the game. And so the Makos run ruled over more than half of the games they played. The Lady Makos also led the nation in RBIs with 461. The national average is 111. They led the nation in team batting average. The team hit 452, and the national average is 326. They led the nation in doubles with 133 doubles. The national average is 31 doubles for a team for the season. The Makos led the nation in stolen bases with 138. And the national average for stolen base attempts is 35. And we stole 138. They were fourth in the nation with home runs with 72, while the national average for a team during the season is 18. And as an interesting side note, each of the 9 starters hit home runs, as did 2 additional girls. So that means 11 different Lady Makos hit the ball over the fence. That includes the 9th grade left fielder, Jade Palmer, 9th grade, who hit 3 over the fence. The 10th grade center fielder, L.C. Robbins, hit 5 over the fence. And our 10th grade right fielder, Taylor Poland, all 4'11", 85 pounds of her, hit 7. I mean, it is hilarious. When she started last year in the 9th grade. And she hit several home runs last year, but she was not a known entity. Nobody had seen her play. And so it was hilarious that when this little girl would get up to the plate, I mean, she's like this tall, and she would get up to the plate and the outfield people would come in. They'd all come in, and then she hit it over the fence. The team, the Lady Makos, also led the nation with 5 Grand Slams. The national average for Grand Slams by a team with 15,400 and something teams, the Grand Slam by a team average is almost 0. Because, in fact, not even one team in 100 even hit a single Grand Slam. And the Makos hit 5. With 918 total chances in the field, the team fielding percentage was .958. The national average is .887. The Makos led the nation in double plays with 19, and the national average is 5. The Lady Makos' 4 pitchers combined ERA was 1.04, and the national average for team ERA is 6.93. Now, here is, I guess, a note. I mentioned before, us being 4A, a note on the level of competition the Makos faced in 2025. According to Max Prep Sports final numbers, the Makos played the toughest schedule in the country. They're classified as a 4A team with less than 100 in the Orange Beach High School senior class. The 4A designation reflects its small to medium classification of 4A. 5A is larger, 6A larger still, and 7A is an unlimited classification for the truly huge high schools. And obviously it's advantageous for coaches to schedule competition that is within their own or a lower classification, right? But the Lady Makos make it a point to schedule the huge schools. In 2025, the Makos beat 17 7A teams. They beat Helena, who turned out to be Alabama's 6A state champion. They beat Thompson, Alabama's 7A state champion. They beat Doral Academy from Florida, who was ranked number 2 in the nation at the time. And later the same day, the Makos beat Monteverde, another Florida team nationally ranked at number 6. They beat number 2 team and number 6 team in the country in the same day. They beat McCracken County, a 7A Kentucky team that's also nationally ranked. In addition to Kentucky and Florida, the Makos beat teams from Mississippi, Tennessee, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Arkansas. In Alabama, they beat 7A Hoover, 7A Phoenix City Central, 7A Daphne, and 7A Fairhope twice. Curry, the team the Makos defeated to win their fifth consecutive state championship, is nationally ranked at number 15. So, for 2 years now, with 15,454 high school varsity softball programs in the country, the Orange Beach Lady Makos are the best team in America. It's crazy. It's a perfect storm to have happened here. And I'll tell you something that's very interesting. There are 6 positions on the infield. Okay, there's the pitcher, catcher, first, second, short, and third. So 6 positions on the infield. This year, the Makos had 8 infield position college scholarship players signed, because the backup for first base and the backup for third base also have a college scholarship. So literally, we never started a game without 2 scholarship athletes on the bench. The infield has this year had 3 seniors and 3 juniors that started. And so the pitcher, the starting pitcher, KG Favors, I'll tell you a little bit about her in a minute, but let me start with the 3 seniors to tell you just a little bit about them. Daigle Wilson is beautiful, 6 feet tall, and fast as the wind. She's the shortstop. She's senior and committed to Auburn. She's going to play for Auburn next year. She hit, and this is her career. I'm going to give you the seniors' career numbers, okay? High school varsity career numbers. She hit .436. She stole 234 bases. She hits, she got 287 hits, 145 RBIs. She scored 332 runs, hit 48 doubles, 29 triples, and 22 home runs. Now, get this. you know, when a batter gets hit by a pitch, they take the base, right? Well, we were looking in the middle of the year because Daigle somehow manages to get hit. Well, she just won't move, okay? And I have seen her duck her helmet into the ball and let it tick off her helmet and take her base. But when she gets hit by a pitch, it's like the team just gave her a double. Because when she gets on first base, she is stealing second. I mean, and she'll steal second first pitch. Everybody knows this coming, and they cannot stop her. She stole 60-something bases last year, and more than one a game. And so we have seen Daigle steal second, steal third, and then steal home. And so she was hit by a pitch sometime in the middle of the season this year, and somebody in the stand said, I would like to know how many times that girl has been hit by a pitch. And her daddy said, well, I don't know, but it's been a ton of them. And so I got to thinking, oh, I wonder how many times she has been hit by a pitch. And so I looked up the number. And the first thing I found was the national record. It was set by some girl in Missouri 20 years ago. And in her career, she was hit by pitch 36 times. Daigle ends her career hit by pitch 50 times. She's got the national record of hit by pitch. But literally 50 times, that's like it's like a team just saying, just put her on second. Put her in scoring position. But awesome young lady, great parents, great brother. And then there's KG Favors. KG Favors is a senior pitcher, and KG, her career batting average is .415, 41 doubles, 32 home runs, but where she shines is pitching. You know, she tops out at about 71 miles an hour, which means if you're batting against KG, you have 0.32 seconds to make up your mind if you're going to swing. I mean, a 71 mile an hour fastball. So she has a lifetime ERA, or a career varsity ERA, of 1.28. Now this year, her ERA was like 0.82. And it's funny to watch a game because the high school boys will line up around the left field fence and put their trucks out there by left field fence, and every time KG strikes out somebody, they'll put a K on the fence. And first time I saw them do that, she struck out 12. And that's in a 7-inning game, or most times, more than half the time, in a 4-inning game, because they're run rolling people. She's won 81 times. She faced, in her high school career, 2,184 batters and struck out 782 of them. That's a strikeout frequency of 34%. 34% of the... And you know, watching KG and watching her strike out is awesome. Watch her strike out these people. But man, you know, she could just let them hit it because we have an infield and an outfield that are, the people behind her are just unbelievable. You know, we have another pitcher who is a 9th grader, and M.K. McMullen threw her ERA is under 1. And she won 15 games this year. She's in the 9th grade. And let's see. You know, is there on Daigle, Matt, back up to Dago. Okay, run down a little bit. Down. Let's show the video of Dago stealing a base. Now, I only had clips from that last game, the state championship game, so I didn't get clips of everybody. But let's see Dago stealing a.
Here we go. Wilson on third. I'm sorry, Wilson on first base. Hodo at the plate. Wilson gets into second base. Stolen base there. Hodo did a good job deking a bunt there.
It was a great throw from the catcher. It was just too late. And Dago slides head first. And so it's a cloud of dust, man. It's unbelievable. All right, so KG, and then go down to Caitlin. Caitlin Robertson is another senior pitcher and first baseman, and her batting average was .391 in her career. She had 243 hits, 66 doubles, 180 RBIs, and first base had fielding chances 538 times, and her success rate was 0.959. As a pitcher, her ERA was 1.93. She had 50 wins, faced 1,335 batters, and struck out 264 of them. Her strikeout frequency is 29%. And Caitlin is going to Louisiana Christian. KG is going to South Carolina. So Justine Henderson is a pitcher, senior, batting .299, 25 doubles, 8 home runs, first base, 323 fielding chances, and her success rate is .960. She had a 2.64 ERA, won 53 games, faced 1,614 batters, struck out 289 of them. So Justine is going to University of Mobile. And that's our three pitchers, our three senior pitchers. There were 4 seniors, 3 of them pitchers, and 2 of them pitched in first base. And so so the seniors, that's KG going to South Carolina, Dago going to Auburn, and Justine going to University of Mobile, and Caitlin going to Louisiana Christian, all on scholarships. So now we got the juniors. Well, the juniors are unbelievable. We got 3 juniors, I think 3. Ava Hodo is a junior this year. She is the #1 junior recruit in the nation, and has been since she's been in the 7th grade. I mean, she's been the #1 7th grade recruit, 8th grade, and she has signed with Arkansas. The Arkansas head coach, are y'all from Arkansas? Well, the Arkansas head coach came over to practice one day with her staff, and I was standing next to Coach A, and I heard her tell him, this is the best high school infield in America, and it may be the best high school infield of all time. She says, certainly the best one I've ever seen. And so Ava Hodo is the catcher. Now, her season, and she's a junior, her season, I'm just giving you the season numbers for the juniors and below. But her season batting average was .571. She had 15 doubles, 16 home runs, and in her varsity career, she's played varsity ball since she was in the 7th grade. In fact, the very first state championship that Orange Beach won, Ava Hodo in the 7th grade won it with a walk-off home run. So this is her varsity career stats so far. In a career, she's batting .511, 74 doubles, 14 triples, 67 home runs. And that home run number is very interesting because the national record for girls softball hitting home runs and fast pitch is 75. Ava's at 67 with another year to play. So that's going to be exciting next year, watching that race. So fielding, I mean, she's not only just a great hitter, she's an unbelievable catcher. She did not have a single passed ball this year. Not a single ball got by her. And then her fielding was .993. She had 277 total chances fielding and, throwing out runners and all. And in 277 chances, she made one error. And in her career, she has played 229 games, 9 errors total in 5 years. So that's Ava Hodo. Katie King. Katie King plays third base. We've also seen her at shortstop, seen her at second, but Katie King plays third base. Katie King is the number 2 junior in America. And this year, her batting average was .586. 22 doubles, 8 triples, 8 home runs, 27 stolen bases. And at third base, her fielding was .978. 48 games she played, 2 errors. Now, here's a note. Even as a junior, Katie King has amassed an amazing 36 triples in her varsity career. With a senior year yet to play, Katie is currently tied for 5th all-time nationally on the list of triples. Next year, with 10 triples, she'll break the Alabama record, and with 13, she'll break the national record for triples in a high school varsity career. Okay, so let's show the Katie King flip to Hodo.
Laney West at the plate. Runners on first and third. Hutchinson on first, Brown on third. Brown's out at home plate. Catcher makes the tag. Good play right here. Boy, the ball went right at her. Threw the ball to Hodo. Hodo tags out Brown for the second out. Good play right there. Katie King really did a good job there.
Katie charged that ball, and without taking it out of her glove, there was a girl running home, and Katie scooped it to Ava, the catcher, got her out. And then let's do this. Katie King fields the bunt.
Runners on first and second, nobody out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Taylor at second base, Brown at first base. There's a bunt. Williams is thrown out at first base, but she advances the runners on a sacrifice. Taylor goes to third, Brown goes to second. Good bunt right there. Third baseman comes in and makes a really good throw right there. That's a good job by Katie King to come in.
Okay. Roll me down. Yeah, do the hot corner one. This is one, this girl hit a line shot to Katie at third base. There were runners on first and second, and Katie caught that line shot and landed on third base.
Yeah, we got Hutchinson on second and West on first. Alyssa Teal, first base at bat. What a play right there by Katie King. Makes a diving stab of a seed hit it down the third baseline. However, Curry scores a tying run.
So, Tegan Ret, the second. By the way, Katie King is also committed to Arkansas. So, you got two juniors that are going to play as freshmen there. I've heard talk about those two going on to the Olympics. They are unbelievable. And then Tegan Ret is another unbelievable one. She's a second baseman. She's committed to Mississippi State. And Tegan, as a junior this year, she hit .540, 19 doubles, 14 home runs, 21 stolen bases. And, you know, I told Polly one night, we were watching them play, and you know, what did I say? That we led the nation in double plays, 19, and a lot of those were Tegan to Daigle, or Daigle to Tegan, or Katie to one of them at second base and on to first. And you know, with these smaller base paths, they gotta do it fast. I mean, and I'm just shocked. I was watching Tegan one night, and I told Polly after a double play, I said, you wouldn't see professional baseball players do it any smoother than that. And I told Polly, I said, you know, I played second base in Pony League growing up. In 13, 14-year-old league, I played second base, and I made the All-Star team both years. But I was not nearly as good as Tegan Ret. I mean, this girl is just unbelievable. Okay, so now there's our outfield, the youngins. The two of the outfielders will be able to commit on September 1st. The college coaches can't talk to a high school athlete until September 1st of their junior year. And so our center fielder, LC Robbins, LCR, that's what we chant. She's a 10th grader, and man, she is unbelievable in the field. We've said many times that water covers 76% of the earth, and LC Robbins covers the rest of it out of center field. I mean, she can get the balls. It is just unbelievable. She'll dive for them. And but Jade Palmer, talking about Jade first. Jade is a 9th grader, and she plays left field. And as a freshman this year, she hit .441, 3 triples, 13 doubles, 4 home runs, 33 RBIs, 52 hits, and I want to show you 2 clips of Jade. One is when Coach A and Jade are about to, or Jade is about to go to the plate. We're tied 2-2, state championship game. Jade is about to go to the plate. Bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. And I'm fixing to show you I don't even know what was said, but it was a conversational, little sideline conversation between Coach A and his 9th grader. And I've been around a lot of coaches in my life. And to see somebody like Coach A in a stressful situation as this is, last game of the year, state championship, you're tied 2-2. It's the 4th inning. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. You got your 9th grader coming up. I want you just to look at his face, and whatever he said, that he said with a smile and kind of laughing and made Jade smile. It's just, I thought this is just great coaching. So show that.
Bags full of Makos. 2 outs. Brings up the left fielder. Jade Palmer. Perry's got herself in a pickle here. And she does what she needs to do, gets the first.
So, now Jade goes up to the plate. And here's what she does at the plate after that from Coach A. This is the last video we got. So Jade goes to the plate. Here's what it looks like.
Excuse me, 2-1. Sorry. 2 balls, 1 strike from Jade Palmer. Freshman left fielder for the Makos. There's a ball hit into center field. Tegan Wilson's going to score. Blackwell's going to score. All 3 runners score right there. Ret, Blackwell, and Wilson score.
There it was. She cleared the bases. And it's amazing to see. Taylor Poland is the right fielder. Taylor is the little girl in the 10th grade. She hit .558 this year with 7 home runs. And so here's the last thing I want to tell you about the outfield. The outfield, this is a 9th grader and 2 10th graders. And they didn't make a single error in 46 games. I mean, that is just unreal. So, in fact, Taylor Poland caught the last out of the state championship game running flat out to catch that ball. So, LC Robbins is sophomore, 342 she hit this year. She is the unbelievable center fielder. 11 doubles, 3 triples, 4 home runs, and 1,000% in the field. And as we close off today, I thought you might want to see this. That is a national championship ring. How about that? With the Makos. And it's got printed on the inside, Dynasty. So there you go. But it's sad for me because the Mako season is over. Now I got to find something else to do. But I'll still be talking about them. But this is the show. I wanted to give you guys the scoop on the Makos at the end of the season, and this is it. But start following them if you want to. They're all great girls and awesome coach, and it's like this little town has lightning in a bottle now. So, very cool. And that ties 5 state championships in a row, ties the record for that. And so we got a good shot at it next year. A good shot at it. All right. You guys take care. We may see you Thursday. Bye.